We will now be joined by Chaturanga Hapuarachi for a comprehensive report on the current extreme weather condition. Over to you, Chaturanga.
Thank you, Amavi. Even though you are experiencing a calm and relaxed night, a cool night rather, this is not the case during the afternoon and the morning hours of today. A lot of people were affected by the heavy downpour experienced in Colombo and surrounding areas and in other districts as well. Now, according to the Met Department, the rainy conditions that we are experiencing, the strong, heavy downpour that we experience today will continue in the coming days as well. This afternoon, they issued a Met Department release, an advisory stating that for the next 24 hours, Colombo and several areas across the country will experience the similar heavy downpour that we experienced today. Now, in their latest forecast, the department noted that rainfall in excess of 200 millimeters could be experienced in parts of the western, southern and Sabaragamu provinces. Heavy rainfall throughout the day left commuters stranded. Many faced hardships in Colombo as well. This footage was captured at the walking path near the parliamentary complex in Sri Jayawardhanapura Kotte this afternoon. The water level of the Devanna Oya, which serves as a moat surrounding Parliament, had also risen significantly. According to the Met Department, Colombo received rainfall of 67.5 millimeters today. Increment heavy showers were reported from across Colombo and its suburbs. Traffic was brought to a near standstill on Armour Street, Barber Street, Blumendal Road, St. James Street in Kotahena, Reclamation Road in Fort, the Chintupitia Junction and near the Kirlapana police station due to inundated roads. Severe traffic congestion was reported on most major thoroughfares in the city. The water levels of many of the canals streaming through the city had also risen significantly, with water overflowing into low-lying lands in some areas. Several homes were inundated as a result. Several public health concerns have also risen as a result of the wastewater overflowing from drains and canals. An earth embankment and a tree collapsed onto a house at the bakery junction in Angoda around 4:30 am today. The home and a three-wheeler and motorcycle parked on the premises were damaged as a result. Several low-lying areas in the Gampaha district were inundated as of this afternoon. Several parts of Wattala were inundated as ongoing construction on the expressway at Keralapitia prevented rainwater from draining out. Parts of Periamulla in Nigambo and surrounding areas were also inundated. Our correspondent reports that residents of Deniyayavatta and Sellakanda have also been affected by floods. About 300 families have been affected by floods in Rabaratta and Gomaswatta in Katana. According to our correspondent, the residents have been evacuated to safer locations. The Nigambo-Mirigama road was inundated in the Mahahunupitia area, whilst the Katunayaka-Nigambo main road was also inundated by about 2.5 feet of water.
Katunayaka received the highest rainfall over the 24-hour period ending at 8:30 this morning. The area was drenched by a torrential downpour of 219 millimeters. Within this period, Vanduramba and Hiaria in Gaul received 175 and 172 millimeters of rainfall respectively. 48,560 people from 12,109 families in 5 districts have been affected by the extreme weather. The Disaster Management Centre says Gaul, Matra, Kalutara, Colombo and Gampaha districts have been affected. 22 homes have been destroyed, while 1 person has been reported dead in incidences related to extreme weather. 282 homes have been damaged. The Disaster Management Centre says 3,488 persons from 878 families have been evacuated. The Navy carried out a successful rescue operation to save 18 people who were stranded by floods. The Navy says that they have evacuated 417 individuals.
You saw the heavy downpour, you saw the effects of the heavy downpour that Colombo and other districts over the island experienced throughout the day. Now, President Maithripala Sirisena has instructed the relevant authorities to take immediate steps to assist and aid people who have been affected by the extreme weather conditions. The President chaired a meeting attended by the competent authorities at the Presidential Secretariat this morning. President Sirisena had instructed authorities to obtain the assistance of the Tri-Forces for the relief efforts and to evacuate people from areas at risk from landslides. Officials had been informed to not concern themselves with financial provisions when providing relief to the people. Taking a look at the weather situation, I'm sure the general public would like to be aware of the weather situation when traveling out to work tomorrow morning. Especially we are, as the Met Department suggested, we will experience heavy rainfall tomorrow as well. You can see that there is a rainfall that you can see very clearly around the Colombo district and the Galle district throughout the day. I'm taking a look at the weather patterns that we can observe through the satellite imagery system we have available here. Around 5:30 in the morning, still we can see rainfall, precipitation coming down on Colombo. At 8:30 a.m. this seems to be growing a bit more, and you can still see rainfall, especially in the western, southern and a bit of the central province as well. During the afternoon hours, this rainfall seems to be moving towards the country. You can see very clearly that again Colombo and the city of Galle, the town of Galle, southern province, is also experiencing rainfall in this manner, but the rainfall seems to be moving towards the central part of the country, and that is what the Met Department also suggested. They said that rainfall could be experienced in the western, southern, Sabaragamuwa and the central provinces. In the evening hours tomorrow, that is when we are going back home after work, you can see again Colombo and Galle, especially the southern province and the Galle and Matra districts experiencing a heavy downpour in the evening hours of tomorrow.
Several parts of the Galle and Mathura districts were also affected by heavy rainfall, with many roads rendered impassable. 65 homes were inundated in the Gonapura area. Over 1,000 families have been displaced in the Mathura district. Governor of the southern province, Hema Gunasekara, has ordered the Chief Secretary to release 1 million rupees in funds for each divisional secretariat to bolster relief efforts. Several parts of the Kalutara district have also been inundated, with the Benthara river breaking its banks. A spill gate of the Kukuleganga reservoir has been opened. The water levels of other rivers in the district had also risen significantly. An 8-year-old girl sustained serious injuries when an earth embankment collapsed onto a house in the Uduwana area in Imadua last evening. She is being treated at the ICU of the Karapitia Teaching Hospital. 3 others who were in the house at the time were unharmed. 3 people, including another small child, were injured when an earth embankment collapsed onto a house in Amugoda, Poddala last evening. A 42-year-old woman was killed in Vanduramma Galle in another incident involving a collapsed earth embankment. Another woman who was injured in the incident has been admitted to the Karapitia Teaching Hospital.
The Met Department is forecasting heavy showers or thunder showers for several parts of the island. Issuing a heavy rainfall warning, the department noted that parts of the western, southern and Sabaragamuwa provinces could experience rainfall in excess of 200 millimeters. The irrigation department notes that people living along the banks of the Nilwala, Kalu and Ging rivers should remain cautious as water levels could rise without warning. The flood level at the Baddegama water gauge in the Ging river is marked at 5 meters, and the water level had risen to 4.57 meters as of this evening. Landslide warnings have been issued for several administrative divisions in 5 districts. Senior geologist at NBRO's Landslide Division, Dr. Gamini Jayatissa, says the warning is in effect for administrative divisions in the Galle, Mathura, Kalutara, Ratnapura and K Galle districts. Meanwhile, passengers heading to the Bandaranaike International Airport have been informed to arrive at least 3 hours prior to departure. The BIA's management said this decision was made taking into consideration the persisting weather conditions. The police have established 2 hotlines to contact the police in the event of natural disasters. The telephone numbers are 011 2587225 and 011 2454576. Joel and Amavi, that's all the information we have for you and for our viewers from the weather desk. But we continue to monitor the situation. We will continue to keep our viewers updated about what's going on. And Joel, it is important to note that we are sending out SMS alerts. We are keeping the general public informed through our website, that is www.newsfirst.lk. So if you want to receive the latest updates with regard to the heavy showers that we are experiencing in and around the country, especially in the Colombo and Gaul and Matra districts, you have to be logging on, and you have to keep in touch in terms of our news provision. That is www.newsfirst.lk, and throughout our prime time bulletins we will also keep you updated.